We're going to call this regular, or well, it's the working meeting, called the working meeting for the City of Cherokee Village, October the 13th, Monday, 2025 to order. Before we get started, I'm reading this from a prepared statement saying that we will not be discussing or taking questions about the SID office and October the 1st. Just to let everybody know that in the beginning. Miss Penny, can I get a roll call?
Harrison. Here. Rachel Tatum.
Here.
Thompson.
Here.
Martin.
Here.
Jeff Tatum.
Here.
Ishmael. Jason.
Here.
And Roland.
Here.
Quorum established.
Already. Normally the working meeting is pretty informal, so we're just, kind of move on into the, does anybody see anything on the agenda that needs to be changed for Thursday night?
Mayor, I just need to add something onto the agenda,
Okay.
and that is, I guess, under new business, whatever number you want. And it'll be about our working meetings. So if you want to get a detailed, it's about recordings in our Monday meetings.
Okay. Okay. So you want to add new business to discuss the recordings of working meetings?
Yeah, is that number 3?
Are we not in compliance? Or?
No, it's nothing like that. It's, well, yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to free talk about it and get us
Okay.
off on a tangent.
No, I
about
just-
it.
Chasing rabbits.
First time I heard anything about it, so I was just like,
Pamela, can you state that again for me, please?
Yeah, it's just recordings with Monday night working meetings.
Discuss the recordings of Monday night working meetings. And I also left out one issue, here we go. Sorry, Miss Penny, amending the agenda, but I left out number 4, or we can do it as a 1-A, 1A, or we can do it as new business number 4, but there was a resignation given by well, I was talking about the economic development, Gruger. David Gruger gave his resignation last week on that, so we're going to be replacing him with Mr. Brent, and I always say the last name wrong. Is it Hunstead?
Perfect.
There you go, Mr. Brent Hunstead. He's been involved with them since the inception, so he's actually the one that I'm going to ask here in a minute about the asphalt zipper. He's really helped out tremendously in the street department, trying to get some stuff lined up, maybe we can get some work done on some streets. So that'll be, like I said, we can put that in as number 4 or 1A, or whichever one work out best, Miss Penny. Oh, I wish
control
Mr.
meeting tomorrow.
Animal Control
There
meeting.
will be one.
There will be an animal control meeting tomorrow at 6
Yes.
p.m. in this room?
In this room.
Alrighty. Oh, alrighty.
Mayor, I do have a quick question.
Go ahead, Miss
And I
Pamela.
don't want to start a hornet's nest, but is there going to be any sort of statement of why we can't talk about October 1st, or an update for the council, or?
I can ask the city attorney. It's just, I'm just passing on what I've been told.
I just talked to him about the way I explained it earlier. Due to the litigation hold, if we have a discussion on anything to do with this process, at that time, due to the FOIAs, we must take everybody's name and put them in the middle of that FOIA of who we talked to, when we talked to them, and what was discussed. Is that what you want to happen?
Yeah, so I'll ask him when.
Okay, can
When-
I ask one more question without, and if I'm overstepping, somebody stop me, because I don't know, because I'm in the dark right now. With Mr. Gruger potentially going out there as an appointee of the mayor, does he not fall under the same? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
to my knowledge, yes.
Okay.
And he would, but he didn't, he resigned,
Yes, he did resign, actually, I think before that came about.
it was before it came about.
Okay. So we're just in a holding pattern?
Yes,
Okay.
and that was served to the city. So,
By the city attorney?
no, by SID attorney.
Okay. So we'll just receive updates when they're available? Same for the community? Okay.
Soon as it's cleared, it's, yep. I have been in contact with talking to Mr. Rick Rose that's down here over the RDOT, no kin, he's no kin to me, but, the RDOT engineer over the project down here. Sorry, I got my head turned, probably ain't in the speaker where you can hear me. But, they're going to get a few days, I can't remember if he said it was the 26th or the 28th, that their 90-day window of the road closure is over. He said they're going to get probably at least 5 days because of, definitely not the rain, but the over high temperatures. And he said, but their plan at this time is to have the traffic back open to flow in the first week of November, if not, they're very close. They're actually scheduled to do the first layer of overlay on the Copper Feather side of the road Thursday, is what he told me, if everything holds true and the weather, no rain or anything. So yeah, I was thinking it'd be kind of nice to have our highway back open and be able to travel on it again. You don't think about the inconvenience it is when you turn to go to Hardy and you have to drive all the way around. On the budget, we're in the process of doing the budget for 2026. Miss Heather's graciously volunteering her time to help with that. Miss Heather, would you got an update on anything? I know stuff's starting to come in.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on a couple departments, and I'll be getting with Misty next week, and we will have a lot of information at our November working meeting.
Yep. Again, I know she's going to be off the week after next, so we're trying to get some stuff in, try to get her 2026 budget set, or at least get an idea where we're going. Mr. David Sheffering, he gave us a resignation for the Planning and Zoning Commission, so now that's he's actually he's moving out of the area, so he's give his resignation on that, so that leaves us with 2 openings on the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Which 2 positions are open, do you know?
They're all 7 of them serve at large, so it's just it's,
Okay.
we're looking to fill 2 of them. I'll get into that in just a second.
Okay.
Miss Penny, you've been going through a lot of information on our new laser finch system.
It is installed, it's been migrated, and I finished my last 2.5 hours of class today, make 5 hours, so I'm ready to start using it and incorporating it into what we do today and transferring files.
And just so everybody remembers before I forget, Friday, October the 31st, from 5 p.m. till, it says 5 to 8 p.m., we'll do our best, but 5 p.m. till the candy runs out, we're going to open the parking lot back open for the trunk or treaters to come through and have a good time. I know that there was some question about it being I think is it homecoming? I know it's a home football game, but we're going to go ahead and do it on the 31st and have it on Friday. So if you got young kids or want to come down and help out, get with Misty or Penny up in the front office, and they can get we're trying to get the businesses all same as we had, just trying to build on bigger things than what we've already built, just to get the community out and give them a safe place to come trick or treat and have fun. I guess we can get into the old business. If anybody have any questions on anything from financials or old business, like I said, the number one's the Planning and Zoning Commission vacancy. Now that Mr. Sheffering has tendered his resignation, which is not till the end of the month, but he's tendered his resignation. But he says, I talked to Mr. Lynn Phelps. He's a local resident. He had expressed some interest in being on the Planning and Zoning Commission, but need a couple people that wants to help join in there. If you know anybody or a resident, they have to be a resident of the village. On the landscaping bids, I've actually only received one so far. I've got one that I've received, so them are to be determined on Thursday night whether we want to open or accept them or go forward or what we want to do with them.
When was the deadline for that?
Thursday at the close of business.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's Thursday close of business, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'd have to look again. Oh, but they was to be opened at the regular city council meeting. So one of the things, Miss Megan, I know this is old business. We talked about it a couple months ago, and I don't know any other way to do it. I hate talking about it but hey, it's public business, so we talk about it. But Miss Megan is taking maternity leave at the end of the month. We talked about the part-time person was hired to fill in while she's going to be gone on maternity leave. So she's probably going to be gone, she's going to be out of commission for I'd say at least 6 weeks. I'm not 6 to 8 weeks. So in our handbook, it says that vacation days and sick days are to be used up, and then after that, it's supposed to be, it's either supposed to be unpaid days or we don't. And as far as I know, it hasn't been used in quite a long time. But they kept a sick day bank, but I haven't seen anything in it in a long time to know. I know Mr. Robb was on the council for a while, but I haven't seen anything out of it in a while to know anything about if there's any time even in it. But so she has graciously said that, she's offered to come back, early, which I've told her that I wouldn't require her to do that. She's just gracious. I said, if you do come back, no lifting, no chemicals until you're released. But I do know there's going to be, office work, POs, and you got to, make sure the bills get paid, the doors stay open. So there's about 19 days in there that's not going to be covered under sick days or vacation days. So I guess I'm kind of wanting to ask the council if some direction on that. I would, like I said, she's offered to come in and work some partial days so it don't count against her, but I don't want her. She does a good job out there, and I don't want her to lose time and not be paid for. She's like the rest of us. We live paycheck to paycheck, and she needs to be paid like she's out there. So I guess that's what I'm asking the council. Is there any kind of guidance you can give me to go ahead about the 19 days?
She don't need to be working if it's a chance of her hurting herself or the baby, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that's what I asked her, if they would decide, it would be light work, modified light work, desk, I said, I know in a couple months there's going to be, PO, bills are going to need to be paid, so she's going to need to, she'll have to come in to do, write the POs and get the bills paid, but yeah, no picking up dogs, no being around chemicals for sure, at least until she's just trying to. Basically, she says that she'll be good after the first of the year. January 1st, she'll be good and ready to go. But we're just trying to get her from trying to get her where she's not going to be covered. The 19 days she's not going to be covered.
What is it? What are you asking them? Is it the 19 days? Is it violating a policy, or are you asking? What are you asking for? Nah,
Just some guidance to go forward with it. If it's if the city council would agree, if it's agreeable that she gets, modified light duty and can do that and still kind of stay on and be able to get her pay, or
Who's she under?
she's her own department head.
She's still under somebody though, right?
Well, yeah.
You or Monty?
Monty, yeah, it'd be me, it'd be Monty and then me, police chief and then me.
Monty deal with it.
But I just wanted to make
As
sure.
long as a doctor releases, a doctor can release you from light duty after
Yeah.
you have a child, and as long as she's abiding by that, I don't see why there would be an issue. As long as the doctor's saying, hey, you can do this with these modifications.
Yeah.
I may be out of line, but this ought to be Monty, his decision.
Well,
I think the reason why it's coming before council, because we're talking about dollars spent.
yeah, it's gonna be it's dollars
19
spent.
days worth.
Yeah, yeah, there's 19 days in there that, if she comes in and she, I don't know, getting
Here's
too
my
personal on
question.
that, but what if she she comes in on light duty and she only works half days, does she get a half a day of pay? Or does she
So-
still
She's salary or hourly?
hourly?
Here's my question. So it's 19 days that she doesn't have covered by sick or vacation days, correct?
Yes,
Okay, during those 19 days that are not covered, she could possibly be coming in to work desk job.
yes.
Don't know how many hours though yet, and that's a may not.
Yeah, may or
correct?
may not. Yeah, she said, as long as she says she feels like the baby's good, she said, I'd be glad to come in, and like I said, I told her, I'm not requiring you to come in, I'm just, but she wants to. She enjoys the work and she wants to come in, and like I said, she does a tremendous job out there, and the volunteers and stuff. Without the volunteers and the way they go, that place couldn't work, so I just want to make sure, if at all possible, I'm just trying to take care of her where she's,
I don't have an objection to that.
I don't know, maybe I
We
should,
gotta take care of our people, we're gonna spend more replacing them.
yeah, that's,
Well, I just know that we're, setting a precedent so that we need to move forward with, so
Yeah.
just fully digest the situation and.
yeah, exactly, that's why I wanted to bring it up, and, that way everybody's in the know, because you know how it is, questions will be asked.
But I would definitely make it to where she has a doctor's note that
Yeah.
says she can work with these modifications.
Specific
Yeah.
modifications.
That way, because
Legally to cover
without
us.
that, there is a legal aspect
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, and I
She
understand
can't
that.
break
She-
them.
And she does too, yeah, because we talked about that, but just,
Who's gonna be taking over animal catching?
they just, Brendan is still going to be there doing the work, and they hired, and forgive me, I'm bad with names, but they just hired a new part-time lady to help out over there, and apparently, I've heard she's doing very well out there. Everything I've heard said so, and she'll be here till the end of the year.
We've gotta take care of our people, that's just.
Yeah, I agree, we have to take care of our
Yeah.
employees, but I also agree with Heather, we have to keep in mind we're setting precedent here.
Yeah.
So if we have another employee down the line that's gonna have a surgery or, something like that.
And that,
Or,
and I can,
I'm
Good.
just saying, like, Megan, probably chose to have this many days saved, so anybody else could maybe only have 5 days saved and need 40 days covered, so we just kind of
and
gotta.
it's, and that's one thing, I'll get with the police chief and the fire chief, because that's something, and the street department, I'll get with them, because something we did because of the worker comp claim that happened when I first come in as being mayor, that we was kind of, what they call it, the Rule 39, it was under with the workers comp stuff. We went back and kind of revamped and come up with a light duty policy, instead of just, you can, as soon as you're able to come back under light duty, you can come back and, answer telephone or, write POs or do light duty, and to help encourage people.
Mayor, do you know, are there any plans at all that she might be bringing the baby to work with her?
She had asked if that was a possibility, and I said that, I told her, I said I wouldn't, far be it for me to talk about babies, I don't have none of my own, but I said, I wouldn't feel comfortable if it was outside, if they took the baby outside the office around the animals with the chemicals. I said, now in the office where people are I wouldn't say, I don't have an objection to that, but not around, I wouldn't, and she wouldn't, she said she wouldn't. it's not what she was talking about. She was just saying if she run up to the office to do some paperwork and POs and stuff, that she would just use the, bring the baby with her for a couple hours while she's doing paperwork.
Do we not have a light duty policy? Is that something we need to look at, or?
It's not in the handbook, but
I mean, she's on light duty and she can work.
Yeah.
She can clock in and out. I mean.
yeah.
No, my concern is more just for the baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and people coming in and out, and I know there's been
Newborns
several
don't
times
need to be
there's
exposed.
animals. Well, there's animals in the office there too.
Yeah.
You know, that would be a concern for me.
Well,
I mean, I get it. I
yeah.
raised my son at work, but
Yeah, and she told me they've got the animals pretty much, they pretty much moved out of the office. They said
okay.
they don't really keep them in the main office.
I mean, she's clocking in and out working. I mean.
I said, I just
No,
want
No,
no.
but I know, I'm not talking
Yeah.
the baby. I'm talking in general, is spending
Yeah.
the funds. I mean, if she's working, she's working.
Oh, I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah, just because she's on light duty, I mean.
I said, we talked about the light duty, so yeah, I'll express that to her, just tell her as soon as she can get whenever she feels comfortable and she can get a light duty, note from the doctor to bring it in and we can get her back, that way she gets back that don't cost her days. I said, I just want to try to make sure she's, I said, I really just want to make sure she's taken care of and not,
Yeah.
not a struggling new mother.
Right.
Well, and Mayor, being that you brought it up, and of course, we certainly don't have to weigh in on this part, but with the precedent being set, bring your baby to work day precedent being set by city employees may not be the best thing for us to do either.
Yeah.
So if I could have an opinion, and it's just that, because I can't tell you or Monty what to do, it would be that is not allowed.
I
And
agree
I
there. There's just too many hazards for the
Yeah.
baby to be there, especially being that newborn.
Yeah.
I am all for if you can bring your child to work, that's great, but where she works makes that an
Yeah.
issue.
All it takes is one stray dog to get loose.
Yeah, and like I said, I said the chemicals and
Yeah.
stuff they
That's
use for
another thing,
disinfectant makes me nervous. That's bad that'd be
Can I
bad
say
on
something
anybody.
about animal control real quick?
Go for it.
Tomorrow night, animal control meeting. If anybody wants to say anything, talk about anything animal control, tomorrow night we'll be finishing up what the mayor had put out for the animal control to get done. And as long as everything goes smoothly tomorrow, we'll be suspending the animal control committee until the mayor needs to bring it back again. So if anybody has anything they want to talk about with animal control, tomorrow night will be the time. But please, animal control only.
Yeah, get you. Oh, we good on that one? When I talked to, moving on to number 4, old businesses, at the last meeting, it was brought up, Miss Pamela, about the possibility of staggering the clerk and mayor's election cycles, to which I know we was all, I think we're all in agreement, they do need to be staggered. Talking with the city attorney, he said that we can do that, but it has to be passed in an ordinance. He said we'll have to draft an ordinance to put an ordinance together and say, just for example, like at the last meeting where we was saying maybe the clerks would be he said you can draft it in an ordinance that says this next election cycle, the 26th election cycle, the clerk's term would be a 2-year term, followed then by a 4-year, returning to 4-year terms. He said you can draft it in an ordinance and have it done that way, and then that way it splits the election cycles up, which, if that's agreeable if that's agreeable to the council and Miss Penny, I'll send the attorney a message and tell him that we can start drafting an ordinance to say so, because not that we're on a time schedule to be pressed, but it's also something that needs to be passed before March of next year, because March of next year is whenever, is announcing for election time, so it has to be known and passed and out there before anybody has the chance to announce for election. So
Yeah, I
we'll
think
have
the sooner we get that done,
Yeah.
the more the county
Yeah.
would appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah, we can do that. I agree with it. Like I said, going back to way back when the city was made. I guess that wasn't something they thought about, but I always thought, I've never understood that, why you had your, both on the same election cycle. But we'll get that changed. I'll get the attorney notified and he can start drafting the ordinance for it. All righty, Miss Penny, you want to tell them about the city emails and websites and new business cards? Sorry, called on you. Figured they've been listening to me long enough.
On Thursday, you will get a piece of paper that each one has your name on it. The .gov emails are set up, have been tested, and work. So the paper that you have has the instructions, how you to sign on to them, and what your password is, temporary password. It also asks in you there, do not change your password until we tell you. One of the problems we've had with .gov is because as they assigned the new emails, everybody started changing passwords and they kicked everybody out for too much activity. So we have to put it in spurts.
Yeah, they're very strict on that.
You'll get that stuff on Thursday and then you can set it up. And all Misty and I know about it is we got the paper here, you guys.
Yeah.
It's not hard, it's just gives you
Yeah.
the instructions.
When in the city, we fully moved everything into the .gov, so we're fully into the .gov on the website and on our city emails now. Some of the stuff we had trouble with is, and just to let anybody has a business, or if you'd have been in contact with somebody in the city and you hadn't heard from them in about a month, send them another email, because we had a lot of problems with them migrating our emails from the .org to .gov. And it was real spotty. But yeah, some of the stuff got lost in the migration over.
Then on the website, I'm asking council to go onto the website under council and look. Several months ago, everybody was asked to give me a picture and a bio and make sure that we have any information you want on there so that you can be contacted. That is not set up for a link where they can click it and it will email you. We cannot do that, but it does give your email there. That email.gov has already been changed on there. Also, last month, you were all given your business cards to tell me whatever you needed to have changed. Make sure you get those back to me, so as soon as I get a breather, we can start printing those and get everything changed to .gov on the business cards. We do put those out front, and believe it or not, we go through a lot of them out there, people pick them up, so we need to make sure that the information on them is correct.
Yep. And then that goes into new business number one. Mr. Brent. Mr. Brent Hunstead has been an invaluable resource. He has done a lot of...
Be careful with the platitudes there.
He's been pretty valuable going out and getting information and lining up our on-site demonstration of the asphalt zipper.
Well, good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, members of the community. My name is Brent Hunstead, 47 Namioki Drive. Been working with Joey Sheets and learning about the condition of our roads, how they were built, how they're being repaired. And, a road is only good as its base. And you've driven on the roads long enough, you know that there's alligator cracks, there's potholes, and repairs on top of potholes and things like that. And about a year ago, I asked about if we had a committee for the roads, and they said no, all three of them quit. So I kind of volunteered myself to get involved and do some research, and I've learned a lot about Cherokee Village's roads and how they were built and how they could have been built better. But anyway, all that to talk about the asphalt zipper, which is a very cost-effective, unique machine made in Utah, and they came out and did a demonstration on Wednesday, October 1st. What it is, it's a full-depth reclamation machine. It's got a 42-inch wide cut. It'll go down 10 inches. What it does is it gets pushed along the road by our front-end loader, and it grinds up the asphalt and what little base there is underneath. And what comes out the backside is a really nice, fine, compactable base, which is removes all the voids, removes all the impurities, And it makes a good surface for the road to be built upon, whether we do a double chip seal or a couple of inches of asphalt. The guys came out and did a demonstration, and it worked real well. 2 men can operate this machine. They can do about a mile per day. And that's very cost effective when it comes to road repairs and road work. When you're comparing traditional tear up a road, remove the material, bring in new material to pack down and then pave it or chip seal it, it saves about 2/3 of the cost. And knowing the financial condition that the city is in, we're trying to stretch our dollars as far as we can. This is a very economical way of getting things prepared so that we can most cost effectively repair the worst roads first and then move on to the other ones. The machine itself is, like I said, it's 42-inch wide cut, and the cost on that, do you all get your email?
Yeah, get the handout,
So
yeah.
you already have a copy of the proposal?
Yeah.
Okay. The cost on that was $238,245. And with the extra warranty and the box of tools that come with it to make the necessary repairs as you go along, because there are some consumables in the teeth. Some of the teeth wear out and you have to replace them so the machine stays effective. When it's all said and done, the total cost without the local sales tax is $241,699.50. So that number is a fluid number until we get the tax figured into that. But the nice thing about this piece of equipment is we can purchase it now, and through the HVAC, the community sharing opportunity for funding, we have the ability to make 5 annual payments, and we don't have to make the first payment for a full year. So if we bought it before December 31st, when this proposal expires, we won't have to make our first payment until December 31st of 2026. During that time, we can repair enough roads and save enough money where it will pay for itself, that annual payment, that first year. Very cost-effective way of taking care of the roads and getting them back in ship shape. And I hope that the council on Thursday or whenever you decide to make a move on this, that we'll be able to do that. Because I think it would be the best thing for Joey and the crew to make fast work out of our most terrible, dangerous roads out there.
Yep.
We have a question from the council, anybody?
Just want to follow up, I know you and Joey have been working on, after that, the chip seal or the asphalt, maybe us getting a better, firmer price on what's that per mile, so council, citizens, everyone can look at that full picture, because the asphalt absolutely saves demo time, but there's a price to pay even after that, so just...
Yes, after this machine prepares the road and we grade it to profile and we roll it and get it all compacted, then we have to choose if we're going to do a chip seal or an asphalt layer. The asphalt will last about 30 to 40 years. The chip seal will last 10 to 15. The cost of chip seal is about 1/3 the cost of asphalt. So you can either spend 50 grand for 10 years of chip seal, or you can spend 150 grand for 30 years of asphalt. It all depends. I mean, we'd all rather have asphalt, but chip seal holds up real well if it's put down properly and the base is prepared well. So it's just a matter of what can we afford at the time. But that's pretty much, chip seal is 1/3 the cost of doing the asphalt.
Would I be interested in maybe piggyback off what she said, and I may be asking the same question you did. Before we did, what was it, 300,000 for a quarter mile?
No, 1 mile.
For 1 mile? Is it gonna cut that in half? Is it gonna cut it in a
They
third?
should cut 2/3 of that cost off.
Really?
2/3 of that cost. So if you have,
So it's gonna pay for itself the first mile we do it?
it'll pay for itself. If you're using the machine right out of the gate and you're using it regularly, you're gonna pay for itself. That first year's payment is gonna be, wow, we saved that much money. The yearly payment on that would be,
Approximately $57,500.
yeah, $57,000 and change.
So we're
And
gonna
like
put,
Jeff, on that 300,000, that mile that got done, that is the state doing their big time asphalt
Yeah.
thick layer. We don't have to quite do that on all of our side roads that thick, so.
Well, I was just
that's
trying
why
to-
it's imperative to kind of like, for Joey to be finding out, like, what are our numbers?
Well, like you said, I think the numbers, would be a good thing for the citizens, because, I mean, if we're paying 300,000 now, if it only costs us 100,000 and we save 200,000, surely it's for a $50,000 machine.
Yeah, we still have the matter of being able to fit it into the budget for the supplies, the aggregate, the materials.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping with our budget work for 2026, we'll be able to get to that point to where we can afford to do a couple of miles of repair every year. I'd love to say 10 or 15. That's when I asked Joey. He said, I'd like to be able to do 5 to 10 miles a year in repairs. So that's his goal. And I solely support him on that. That would be a great start. But,
And one thing to go along with what you're talking about is I got Joey, and one of the things, when I come into office being mayor, we was talking about doing overlay, chip seal overlay, but the burner for the oil tank has been out for a long time, and so I've got Joey and Brandon both working on trying to find a replacement or something we can use for a burner. That way we can store oil and do the chip seal. Right now we don't have a way to store the oil when he makes the cold mix. We have to pick a good day and know that everything's going to hit right, and the guy delivers it, and he runs the entire batch at one time, because we don't have no way to store it because we can't reheat it. So he's working on getting the burner fixed so he can reheat the oil, which will help tremendously with chip seal, and also we can shop the oil, and we don't have to buy it when it's high. We can maybe shop it and buy it when the price is a little more.
there's a few factors involved there, and Joey's fully aware of the variables
And actually, Joey, me and Joey talked quite a bit afterwards. I was really interested to know how he was going to take it. He's done it the way that they've done it forever, and how that goes. But he was very receptive after he seen it in action, because we was like,
he was pretty skeptical at first, but after he saw it.
if anybody goes through there, we done a little. It's not very big. It's about 150 foot.
As far as the length of the
Yeah, there on Saskatchewan.
over on Saskatchewan
by
Drive, if
Viho.
anybody wants to go over and see what the end result was.
Yeah, it's over by Viho Trace on Saskatchewan Drive. It's on the backside, and they did that little section through there, and like I said, I don't remember how big it was, but one of his comments to me was, he said we was completely done with that in 3 hours. He said if we'd have done that the other way, he said we'd been here all day.
Yeah, it was about 150 yards worth of road.
He goes, and also he said the tremendous savings he's seen in it is that, I mean, you can haul gravel, but I mean you don't have to. And he's like and you don't have to haul the material off. So he said it'll save a lot in wear and tear and diesel, just because we're not running dump trucks to haul all the material away.
The material's right there. We're just repurposing it, recycling it, and re-preparing it for its final use with another chip seal or another layer of asphalt.
And he was good. He kind of said it's a new way of thinking. I mean, instead of going out and spot digging out soft spots and putting a patch over it, I mean, you can actually run this machine through there and take a section out as long as this room is, and fix the whole section. Fix the section instead of a pothole here and there. So I mean, it was pretty neat to see, and Mr. Brand, I really do. I want to thank you for bringing it. I never thought about it before. If anybody hadn't seen it, it's you've seen the forestry mulchers that they use to grind trees up. It's pretty much they tug it now. They grind roads up with it. So it's a neat concept.
Where are we proposing this money comes from?
The street department gets their set amount of turnback funds every month. The street turnback funds that comes in. That's where they buy their materials and and equipment and stuff out of that. And I know I like to be real conservative. I mean, here in the last year, it's probably averaged somewhere around $34,000 a month that it comes back. I mean, that would be where the money would come out of. It'd be out of the turnback money. But that money is supposed to be used. It's earmarked by the state to be used for materials or equipment that works on the roads.
Is there any grants or anything we can get to?
We're exploring all those opportunities still. The mayor and I have talked about that a little bit. We're still beating the bushes trying to find out what we can come up with.
And one of the things like Mr. Brent said that's kind of neat on there, their municipal program, it's what they call it, their 5-year municipal program is that it, to get it through, which it does charge 6% interest for them to finance it, but it's, their municipal program is, it's the tools, the teeth, and double the warranty, so it's under warranty.
For
While
2
you're,
years.
yeah, while you're paying on it's under warranty.
And it comes with the trailer,
Yeah,
it comes with all the parts and all the stuff. All we have to do is
They can
change
be-
the oil and grease it, you know.
It can be pulled by a 1-ton pickup.
Yeah, that's right. We can-
I mean,
very
it can be
portable.
pulled around, and, we
covering
used
the
it on our
wearables?
we used it on the front end loader, but they can use it can use it on the backhoe. I mean, we can use it on the backhoe or the front end loader.
So they're covering the wearables?
No, they,
You said the teeth and stuff.
well, that comes with, yeah, when you do it under the municipal program, under that
Okay,
deal,
yeah.
they provide you an extra full set of teeth and the tools to change them.
Yeah, you'll lose about 3, 5, 7 teeth per mile.
Yeah,
They're
they're
carbide
consumables.
teeth, and they're easy to change out. They go on a big drum that spins around, that goes down, does the digging.
How are you gonna do it? We don't have rocks
They
around
don't
here.
last forever.
We don't have rocks around here.
Just a couple.
Oh, he met the poor guy that did the demonstration. He met one of our good rocks. I mean, I don't even know if that drum made a full turn before he got introduced to one of our good rocks.
Yeah.
And they spent a little bit trying to, which I mean, like he said, was actually a good exercise because they had to pop the hood on the thing. I think that's what he called it. But they popped the hood on the front of it and was able to dig the rock out of it.
It's easy to maintain, it's easy to work on.
Yeah.
And it only takes a couple of guys to operate it. And with the small crew that we've got, it would fit right into our street repair program really, really well.
Now, as far as if something tears up that these guys can't fix, how hard is it to get it fixed?
They come to us.
They come
They
to-
have their maintenance people
you make a phone
will
call,
come
they
to
come
us,
here.
and I think the closest one is in Texas. So it's a several-hour drive for them to come. We'll be down for a day or two,
Yeah.
but they'll come and they'll do all the repairs and all the maintenance for us.
And also with that number, that the 57, it's 50, according to that, I know it's just an estimation, them are a little writing, but it's $57,499.81 is what their estimated monthly payment is.
Oh,
And
that's a yearly payment.
Or yearly payment, what their yearly payment is, and that's actually with no money down. I mean, that's zero money down, no payment due for 12 months.
That's true.
So I mean, if it was something that we get interested in, you could always, if there was some money, if we wanted to put some money down on it, it's something that, that would greatly affect the yearly payment.
Yeah.
Has this
Well-
company been around for a while?
They've been around for about a decade.
Okay.
They've been around for a while. If you go to their
So when we don't-
website, asphaltzipper.com, you can see how they do everything.
What about the other two places that have already been using it?
Oh, there's a lot of municipalities around us.
Hot Springs Village, is that the one? Or was it Bella
Just
Vista?
want to make sure we'll be able to get
Bella
parts.
Vista.
Bella Vista,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was Bella Vista, yeah.
Yeah, you can, if you want to look up, there's some information online, I think, with Bella Vista. And what county was it that actually did the video? I can't even remember.
I can't remember the name of the county either. It starts with a P.
What was it?
We talked about it at our last meeting. Heather,
Yeah.
do you remember what the county was that put out the actual video? And they've had theirs for a couple of years now, or a year.
Yeah, I can't remember now. Like I said, if you,
Poinsett County? Poinsett County?
I can't remember. But anybody in the crowd, it's asphaltzipper.com. You can go on, and they got videos on there to show what they do, testimonials.
I just wanted to make sure that the reason I asked about that is, they got, any more companies are coming and going as quick as they can file paperwork. I just wanted to make sure we're gonna spend $250,000 that this thing's gonna be
Yeah, that-
warranted, where we can get
that they're
parts and
gonna be-
stuff for,
Yeah, that
5
they'll
to
be
10
around.
years. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a solid company. They sell a lot of these pieces of equipment.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I was gonna say, one company that I know of over in Tennessee, they bought one, it was a water company, they actually bought it just to do they bought the small one that goes on the skid steer just to make the line cuts across state highways, because they can make smoother cuts.
it makes it a lot faster.
Mm.
Well, I have one other thing on
Yeah, go ahead,
personal.
Mr.
I'm not gonna be able to come to Thursday night's meeting, so, that nasty intersection where they have the warning signs, Allegheny
Oh,
and.
Potawatomi?
And Potawatomi, pretty close to my house. I was in a nasty crash there 15 days ago, and got to take a fast trip to Batesville in the ambulance. And I'd like to request stop signs with those solar-powered flashing red lights around it. The lady came up and was all apologetic for crashing into us, but she said, I didn't see the stop sign. And I said, well, she was probably looking at her cell phone, but I don't know that for sure. But I just, I've seen some of these stop signs with the flashing red lights around the perimeter. I would love to nominate that intersection for that opportunity if we can.
Yeah, something needs to be done with. I've almost got hit on there.
Yeah, but anyway, thank you very much for your time, everybody.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Brett.
you so much.
Oh, you know, I contacted Cal, the burn ban site and the trailer park is still down.
Okay.
Hey, Mayor,
He didn't fix
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, I'll just write it down.
I was gonna add an extra note on what Mr. Brent said about Allegheny, possibly maybe talk to Joey about not only the flashing light might be good, but maybe, the indentions they could do on the asphalt, you know, as a, you know.
Oh, rumble strip type deals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a bump,
No,
but,
no, yeah.
but just,
I've always been told mixed things on that. I've been told you're not allowed legally to put speed bumps on city streets like that.
Well,
I've
not
been
a
told you
speed
can,
bump, but,
but no, you're talking about the rumble strips.
yeah, the rumble strip.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you might need everything on that
Yeah.
Allegheny and Potawatomi.
What about the stencil? Stop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we can paint it. Yeah, yeah, we're up,
But on the back end of this zipper, the Economic Exploration Committee, we're working, and Brent's been with us since the very beginning, you know, and the stuff that he's pulled off is amazing.
Yeah.
He's a great little
Yeah, he's
researcher.
amazing help.
But we're working currently on coming up with like a street plan and a street program. And right now, we're waiting on the new budget numbers to come in, kind of see where we're sitting. So, and this was a part of that. So that's where that came from. So hopefully we'll have more to add to that as we go along.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Brent, you said you had a little clip of a video. Maybe we could get that to Miss Penny and she could throw it up on the,
She's saying no.
okay, never mind.
Well, we might can put a tag
If
on there, we
anybody-
can
yeah,
tag it.
Yeah, but,
Can you maybe tag it to you on that?
Yeah,
We'll see.
yeah, we can probably tag it on the
but
website.
the asphaltzipper.com, you go there, they'll have this nice tutorial on
Yeah.
it, and it's exactly what happens, what you see on the video, so.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good deal.
And,
Oh,
go ahead.
go ahead.
Mayor, also, a citizen brought to my attention something very interesting that happened in Little Rock, where the governor has passed a new bill allowing for tiny homes to be built in the state on zone for single-family dwellings. I literally just found out about it right before the meeting.
Oh, okay.
But I have the bill, I have everything. I would like to add that to new business to discuss on Thursday, because I want to look into it a little bit more, because we've had some permits that have been issued for tiny homes. I feel like it's something that everyone's kind of talking about, and with this new state law that came down on May 25th, I just feel like we need to be aware and make a plan on how we're going to, but basically it says that that cities can't say no. My understanding from reading through it is that we have to allocate space, we have to allocate parts of the city where these homes can be built. So I'm gonna do some more investigation,
that'd be-
but I would like to add it to the agenda.
We can, and that's something, I mean, that was something I'd asked the planning and zoning, Angela, to get into the planning and zoning's commission's ears. We have two sections in the village right now that's mobile home, you know, the mobile home MH1, you know, MH1 designation. There's, you know, of course, the Santa Fe edition, and then the one out off Guadalajara is MH1. And I was asking her, I said, we need to go through the process and rezone it instead of maybe saying it's mobile home, rezone it for alternative housing. Because we do have a lot of, I mean, we do have several, I won't say a lot, but there's several people come in on a weekly basis asking about,
Yes.
you know, alternative housing. You know,
But yeah,
the
just wanting
shop
to-
houses or the smaller houses and stuff, and we need to, like I said, instead of, them are citizens. I mean, them are tax-paying citizens. They're gonna buy a lot, and they're gonna shop in the village and buy gas and groceries and stuff. And I'm like, instead of telling them, no, you can't build, I'd rather say, hey, right here's your zone. It's
Absolutely,
it's
and
ready,
using.
it's
and
ready to go
using-
for you.
And using this new state law to also kind of button up and really discuss the different areas of the village and what areas are zoned for what type of construction and how. I feel like it'd be good to have not only a little bit of a refresher, but a little bit of an education moment for everyone, as the whole tiny home craze is hitting the nation. We can at least be very familiar with
What's the bill on
the
there?
the bill number is,
313.
Say 313?
well, it's House Bill 1503.
But it's the bill's 313.
Yeah.
Act, or act, I don't know if they're calling it act.
I thought
Yeah, Act 313.
Act to be entitled.
I thought we discussed this a while back when we allowed
What'd you say the other one was?
double wides
Yeah,
in the trailer park, and I thought we talked about container homes, and whatever happened to that?
yeah, we got it all. I mean, it's in the new planning and zoning stuff, in the new ordinances and stuff we passed. What'd you say the other one
So
was?
it's House Bill 1503.
Yeah, House Bill 1503, be Senate Bill 313. Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. Sorry, I didn't do that
No,
earlier.
no, hey, that's why we're in an informal meeting. I wish Mr. Ishmael was here because the number 2 was actually a question that he raised on new business. So just to let everybody know, our waste connection contract is up. I should say 2/26 of 26. So the 26th of February of 2026. That's a lot of sixes in there, but
Mr. Mayor, if I could on that note, I know we've kind of jumped over that contract the last couple of years.
yeah.
Is there any way we can go back and request from Waste Connections 6 roll-off dumpsters per year at minimal cost? We used to get it from them, but we only get it from them if we ask them.
Okay. And that's part of what Mr. Ishmael was wanting to bring
That
up.
is part of your contract negotiation. They're not gonna offer that to you. You're gonna have to ask for it. The other thing that I would really like to see go back in there is clean their section of 289. They should be responsible for keeping that roadway clear of trash at all times. This is something we used to be able to get out of them. I don't know how much they're gonna push back on it. But that is their responsibility, that's their income stream that's coming through there, and those trucks. Joe Blow that lives over on some street in Cherokee Village is not making that mess.
No.
It's the traffic that's going through there.
Yeah.
And it would be really nice to have those things reintroduced into that contract, so they're aware that we want them to be responsible.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what Mr. Ishmael, so the reason I was bringing it up tonight was because there's a 90-day renewal clause. If we don't let them know in writing 90 days before, it just automatically renews. So I was wanting to ask the council, if it's in the council's wishes, I'll go ahead and have the attorney write up a short letter, and we'll send them that we want to, get out of that contract that we're in and renegotiate a new contract. And we'd have to let it out to bid. I mean, it would have to go out to bid, but I honestly don't know. I know another city close to here is doing it this time, and I don't. Waste Connections may be the only one in this facility near that can handle it. But like Mr. Rob was saying, we need to. It's time we renegotiated a new contract.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, so I'll have to if it's in the council's wishes, I'll get a letter and send to them to tell them we don't want to automatically renew, we want to come back to the table and renegotiate.
As long as they don't bring the prices up.
Oh, now, Mr. Jeff, prices are going up on everything, so it'll probably go up.
No more.
Well, I would like to reiterate the fact that the original contract said they could not raise their prices without coming before this council. That's huge to me. And the second is keeping our discount for Cherokee Village residents.
Yes. And that'd be, yeah. Yeah, and that's, like I said, that's so, I'll go ahead and, like I said, I'll go ahead and get that started, and that way we can get it out to, I think Mr. Paul, I don't know what his name, I can't think of his last name, but Mr. Kendrick's out for medical, so Mr. Paul's in there in his place, but we'll get them on that one. Anything else on the Waste Connections? Because I know that affects everybody, and I know they're bringing in these new sidearm trucks, and they're going to be, I know there's a lot of people, how they have to set the garbage cans because it, has to be kind of level and kind of by the street, and
One foot apart.
yeah, it's got to be, the cans got to be a foot apart. They got to be 3 foot from the mailbox post or a tree or the ditch. And I mean, I totally understand why they're doing it. They're trying to cut labor down from a 2-man truck to a 1-man truck and make it easier on the driver. Plus, it's safer. You don't have a person walking in traffic, trying to get. We all know how. I know Mr. Rob been on the fire department for years. We all know how standing in the highway out here is with traffic zooping by you. They slow down and they drive with great care around you. I'm being a little satire there. I'm sorry, but yeah, they don't. So I mean, I understand them not wanting to get the guy out of the truck and save injuries, but
Well,
I'm just not really for sure how these new trucks are going to work because they're going to be bigger trucks and they're going to be tandem axles and they're going to be heavier.
More wear and tear on the road.
Yep.
They're going to be more destructive on the road, but that's their direction they're heading in.
the other thing is Wayne Bennett with Waste Connections said this is a mandate coming down from corporate because they've had so many accidents due to distracted drivers. Actually running into the back of trash trucks, hitting some of their operators and so forth. And so corporate got with their insurance company and they said the solution for a safety factor for their drivers, because of all the distracted driver accidents that had occurred, is they're going through their entire system and they're going to these automatic trucks. And so it can be a little bit difficult. I did talk to them a little bit about the possibility because to Brent's comment about, the weight of the truck and you're on the tandem axle, they indicated that they're going to have to make 2 passes on a road because of the fact that, it only picks up on one side. So one of the things that I suggested that he might want to get with you in the negotiation process is, can you encourage people on a street to put their cans on just one side of the road, which would require, just one pass down the street instead of going down, picking up the right side, turning around, and then coming back and picking up the other side, which means twice the number of passes on each road. So that's something that you need to address in the contract negotiation.
Try to get everybody, kind of like putting their mail out, everybody get them on the same side.
Right.
And like Mr. Steve just said, that's something in my talks I've had with them is that Cherokee may be the first that's going to get to use these trucks to try them out, but as far as they're concerned, that's going to be moving forward. This is what they're going forward with. All their trucks are going to be replaced with these. So we may get it. We may be the ones getting it first, but everybody's going to get them.
And make sure you use really strong contractor trash bags because they did say that when it's picking it up, there's a rip or if anything falls out onto the ground, they are not permitted to get out of the truck and pick it up.
Nope.
So it'll be your mess when you get home.
Yeah, my neighbor, to go what you said, my neighbor started putting theirs on the other side of the road. So, let me see. The only thing, Mr. Brent. So, would you Would you accept a position on the economic committee, exploration committee?
Yes, I would.
Since you're not gonna be here Thursday night?
Thursday night, I can't make it.
Yeah, because that's when we'll vote on it officially. It has to be voted on in an open public meeting officially in a regular meeting. So you're all good to accept it now you know what you're getting into.
I know the competition is pretty fierce.
Okay. Well, I sure do appreciate you because I know you've put in a lot of work and a lot of work, a lot of phone calls and a lot of time and stuff. And praise the Lord that you're up walking around after your accident. I didn't.
So glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't get hurt any worse.
Well, thank you, because we need stuff like this to save us the money so we can get these roads fixed.
But that's all I got on the agenda. I know we added some things, Miss Penny. Are we good to go on what needs to be added?
We skipped what I added tonight. We haven't done it yet.
Mayor, can I say one thing about the trash, if you don't mind?
Yes.
The only thing I have in concerns of having trash cans all on one side of the road is we do have some elderly residents that have a hard time getting it up to the top of their driveway and now crossing the street, putting it on the other side of the road might be difficult for them.
And Miss Kelly, I'm glad you brought that up. I probably haven't. I did in my talks with Mr. Bennett. He did tell me that, because my concern was that with the last council meeting, the 90-gallon cans, the standard cans they're putting out, or the 90-gallon cans is what is just standard. He said if it's too heavy for some, the elderly people, because we've had some people call that they can't drag the cans. They do offer a smaller size. He said if you're somebody, like me, I mean, I live alone, so I'm lucky to have a bag and a half of trash a week, actually. And he said you can always get a smaller size. He said just tell them to call out at the Waste Connections office, and he said let them know, and they can get it on the truck and get a smaller size. I can't remember. He told me how much different. It was about 10 pounds lighter, is what he told me. I can't remember. One of them he said weighed like 18 pounds, and the other one weighed like 28 pounds. It was like 10 pounds different, so it'll help people. Hopefully help people there too. So. But, and what?
We skipped over number 3 on.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is way out of scope, and I don't know what started with him, but I feel reluctant to hand everything over just to some lawyers with the thing going on with the CID and let them duke it out and cost us on both ends of it without discussions with the citizens. Well, I don't know, but I think handing it over to the lawyers just like that without anybody who's going to cost money input is a mistake. So I just wanted to mention that.
Okay, thank you.
We skipped over number 3 under new business.
Yeah, discuss the recordings. What was you going to bring up?
Okay, so here's my issue. We have Monday night meetings, okay,
Yes.
where we talk out so much of what we're going to be deciding on Thursday. Those meetings are recorded, but they're not posted anywhere for citizens to see it. So that's the issue I have. We do most of our, citizens want transparency and they want to see how do we get to a lot of the decisions that we get to. Well, in order for you to know that, if you can't come to a meeting, then you have to bring your own, somebody help me, memory disk, in to ask for it, correct?
Yeah.
So on YouTube, I know there was a meeting, and I was thinking it wasn't a working meeting, it was a regular, and there were some things that I needed to go back and kind of go over, and I was looking for it and couldn't find it anywhere. And so I went over to the YouTube, and I'm like, it's not over here either. Well, it was a working meeting, and it wasn't posted anywhere. So I couldn't even go back, without coming up here, and I don't think that's right for the citizens, to have to come up here and turn something in and say, hey, I need to see this, this meeting. Can you put it on here for me? So I know we have a memory problem on the website, correct? That's what we had talked about before. Can we not use our Facebook to post a link for the YouTube and put all of our meetings, like tonight, Peter's recording, and it's Hardy P.E.G, correct?
Correct.
Okay, but if you're not here to record, and there's been tons of our working meetings in the past that haven't been recorded, like, I feel like the city should be responsible for
Yeah.
putting that to where the public can go at any time they want and see
Yeah.
what was discussed at these meetings.
Yeah, I'm good with it. Go ahead, Mr. Peters.
There would be no problem with the city posting it up on YouTube themselves, uploading it to YouTube, and just using the link on the website,
Yeah,
because that doesn't take up any space. So it's the time to upload it, which might take a 2-hour meeting, it might take 4 hours to upload. So they have to be something you want to do and walk away and come back the next morning and have it be up there. But then, once the link is made, that can be put on Facebook, that can be put on the webpage. So all the city would have to do is start its own YouTube channel, and there's no reason we couldn't do planning and zoning meetings, your meetings, whatever meetings are recorded, put up on YouTube, and just put the links onto the webpage.
yeah, I'm good with it. I didn't think about it. I mean, I'm glad you brought it up, Miss Pamela,
Yeah,
because,
me too.
I mean, I never,
And I'll get
that's
the
good
word
with me. I
out.
don't, I mean, we can.
Everybody heard Peter say he volunteers to help with that? Yeah, make sure I heard it.
I thought he said,
I know for
Yeah, there you go.
I thought I heard him say he was gonna do it.
when in taking the space on the website is because like right now, we have almost 2 years videos on there, which is required by law to keep at least 1 year. I put it to 2 years so that we can't run into that we're erasing stuff before we're supposed to.
Right.
I would like to see that too. Something that the mayor and I have talked about and is coming back through my head again is basically going live.
Yeah.
Yes, I really
That's-
want to see that, yes.
Yeah,
But
that's
there
always
again,
been my
that's
goal,
gonna
is
take
go live.
A little bit of technology, a little bit of work to make it happen. It would be simpler than the YouTube, because like Peter said, by the time I edit, and when I say edit, I take it gavel to gavel, because I turn it on like 15 minutes before anybody gets here, so it's not forgotten. So you have to edit gavel to gavel, and then you have to upload it. Since we got our new computers, it's a little bit better. It was taking almost an hour and a half
Yeah.
to upload it to
Yeah.
YouTube, and then you have to bring it back, which then took another time because the computers were too slow. So give us some time on that. I would like to see that, some of that stuff too.
Yeah.
And even if we went into YouTube, we already have our own city page, but just start putting the post on there and in the categories.
Yep.
And letting people know that that's where the link is at.
Yeah, shoot, yeah.
Well, we have Skylar in the office now, so we have
Oh,
an extra
yeah.
pair of hands.
Yeah, he's,
So if he can start
It's a-
that
He
when
is-
he comes in, and like Peter
He's a-
said, if it takes 4 hours, he could start that and then
Yeah.
move on to other duties, and then just come back, and then you've got your link.
Skylar was
That's on
one
Facebook.
that actually did the last one because I was out of town.
Yeah,
So he did it for me so that I could have it where I was at.
yeah,
So yes, we are teaching him that. It's just,
yeah, he
you do
does,
it, once a month or twice a month. It takes a little bit of time to get used to.
yeah, he does a tremendous job. He's,
But going live doesn't do you any good. So people can watch it when it's happening, what happens after that. There's no recording sitting there once it goes live.
yeah,
So it's a live feed. It's not being recorded when it's going live.
well, I think we're
So
talking
what
about
you-
doing both.
So what you
Yes.
want is a recording so people can go back and look
Yeah.
at it.
yeah,
You'll also notice when I do it, I put a time code on it so you can go back to whatever parts you want to see
Yeah.
and do it. To edit video doesn't take much time at all. I mean, I can do video in 15 minutes. But now I also mix in a decent sound recording because my little camera back here doesn't do the same as
yeah,
what my little recorder up there does.
mhm,
And you see that all over the place in just about every city I've done it in. And I've got over 7 years sitting up online. So you
yeah,
can go see old SID meetings, you can go see old city meetings, old whatever. But there's a lot of meetings that are sitting there that are on YouTube. And all, like I said, the city has to do is create its own YouTube account and start uploading there.
yeah, we got that, okay. Yeah, we'll work on getting that done, because I never thought about it, so I'm glad you brought that up, Miss Pamela.
Thank you.
We'll get it on there, because that's it, they need to know, yeah, I'm agreeable. Well, we talked about Brent. Do you want to talk about your House bill?
I will have my research done. I also want to reach out to the municipal league, and ask about, how other cities are navigating this state law, and, assuming that they're just carving out sections, rezoning it to accommodate, the governor's bill, but I want to, I'll do the research and present it to council.
Yeah, like I was saying, if that works with the two sections we already have, that's,
Right.
I mean, they're already there, and like I said, it's been almost 2 years ago when we did the double wide, kind of, not, the old Santa Fe edition, a lot of it, when it was platted out and designed, it was only platted out for single wide mobile homes. It don't give you you don't have the right setbacks for all the utilities and the sewer and all that. So one of the things we said, if they want to put a double wide in, they can go through the process of actually combining two lots so they can have enough room. I mean, there's plenty of vacant lots out there. They can, if they get two lots together, it gives them plenty of setbacks. They can get her done.
I think we need to revisit the containers too, because I think you're gonna see that.
That's something that's coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that they come into City Hall, they're asking, about things, we're like, all we can do is go by what, International Residential Building Code, the newest edition, and as long as they meet, IRBC,
So we need
rules and regs, there really isn't a lot we can say. It meets their standards.
So we need
As long
to
as it's the same as the state fire code, which is sometimes more strict than the building code.
Yeah.
do we need to get planning and zoning to figure out an area for this? Is that what?
Well,
Yeah,
we could certainly talk about that. Main thing is, I just would love for the infancy stages of this is just identify what the bill is and identify from municipal league, make sure the interpretation of the language is correct, and kind of get our marching orders. And then once we have an understanding, and as a council kind of acknowledge this is happening and make some suggestions on where it could possibly be, then we can bring in planning and zoning and kind of like tie it all up with their input and involvement. That's my opinion.
Do we have anything on barn dominiums? And I think you said somebody was asking about that too.
There was actually, yes, there was a couple come in asking about, let me think, it was last week. They're wanting to build a shop house, basically, a barn dominium. But their question they had, and that's something that's in our, it's in our rules, in our, what am I trying to think?
Bylaws?
Well, it's the bills of assurance. There we go, in the bills of assurance. But their question was, and it's something we need to address too. I'm not saying that I want it, it probably wouldn't look good next to the lake or the golf course, but these people bought a lot out in the Santa Fe edition, wanting to build a barn dominium, but it's going to take them about 3 months to get it built. And their question is they had a nice RV. It's not like a nice fifth wheel type RV, and they bought a lot that already had concrete. It had a trailer house on it that burnt, so it had, it's already had water, sewer, and concrete. A concrete pad. But their question was, because of it goes against the bills of assurance and the rules that we followed for planning and zoning. We don't allow any living in trailer houses or campers. Campers while you're waiting for your house to be built.
Well, the state changed that too.
Yeah.
The state said you could put a camper or a tiny house on your lot.
Did they?
Yes.
If you send it to me, I'd be glad to read it, because I'd like to help these people out and get them in here.
I thought there was a rule that, I'm trying to think of where this came from. We've talked about this before, where you have a certain amount of time to be on your camera. I think it's for 48 hours. Am I crazy? Does anybody else
No, I
remember this?
understand
You
what you're
have
saying.
48 hours. If you're coming to check the progress of your house being built,
Yeah.
you can stay there in a camper for 48 hours. Now,
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't remember
Or
that.
if you have a camper in your, parked at your property, that you could have a guest stay in it for 48
okay, so I'm not
hours.
crazy
No,
enough.
that's the way,
Yes.
that's the part of it that I.
Like I said,
can't
they was
remember
gonna,
that's-
it was gonna take them about 3 months is what they said. I mean,
Yeah.
they wasn't looking for like the forever home to be the camper trailer. It's like they was just wanting to try to live in it until they, like I said, they, and my main concern, my main concern is they, if they have potable water, trash pickup, and they can do something with the waste, besides pour it on the ground. I mean, they have, good waste disposal and trash disposal and water. I mean, that's my big concerns.
I think you'd at some point have to have some sort of cutoff. Like you can't have somebody go, well, I'm building my house and, oh, it's taken 6 years.
It needs a time.
And I'm living in my camper for it, but
I mean, it ought to have a time.
I think it should be reasonable.
Yeah.
Jason,
Mayor?
one thing,
Pamela,
Yes.
what you were saying is that you've got you can put a camper under for 3 days,
Okay.
and then you're to move it. Because as the mayor said, we get several calls, and it's like, I want to put a camper on my lot
Yeah.
while we're building.
Yes.
And that doesn't apply.
And that goes back to my original, when we was talking, I'd asked Angel to kind of get it in the ear of the Planning and Zoning Commission to revisit what we need to do to change the zoning for the Santa Fe edition. And like I said, you can look on the map out there on the wall. There's another edition out off Wallahara that they made mobile homes, MH1 mobile home. And I said, well, why can't we? Is there a way that we can rezone instead of it being mobile homes? It has, specified it has to be a mobile home. Can we specify that it's just say alternative housing? Because that's the term I was told that we're supposed to use. It's not tiny, it's alternative housing. And
So this would be a good opportunity for us to be able, because like you brought up, Jeff, with the containers. And that was not that long ago.
No.
That we
And I would
just
love-
went over. So now,
And I would
bringing
love,
that back forward.
I would love to get I shouldn't say that, probably shouldn't say, I'd love to get a fire built under somebody that can go in there and they go into the Santa Fe edition and revamp the whole thing, clean it up, and, whether it's a mobile home or a barn dominium or what,
Something.
go in there and do something, just get something started. And the way I look at it is if they're moving in here, like I said before, it's people are going to pay taxes, people are going to buy goods, they're going to spend money at the gas station and buy stuff online. That's what people do. So if we can find a way to get them in here and give them, like you're saying, give them the place to go, say, hey, here's you a whole subdivision you can go to and build your.
And then we're
Lots of
changing.
investment for someone.
Oh, for sure. And then
Yeah.
we're changing the bill of assurance for just that area
we
instead of.
can't change it.
Well,
That's what I was thinking to say, that's something you're gonna ask the municipal league. The city cannot change the bill of assurance, only a judge can. But since the state law trump the bill of assurance.
Yeah, I don't
See what I'm
know.
saying?
well, right. But,
Because
you
we
know,
went through that with the bill of assurance.
Is not something that the city enforces.
It's between-
That is a thing that is done between you as a property owner,
Right.
and you as a property owner. If you want to sue him for putting up a fence, and the bill of assurance says no fences, you can do it. The city doesn't enforce that. All the city does is zone. And the city can zone it any way they want to zone it. But we don't have to support
I know.
bills of assurance, because that's something between two individuals,
I
not
know.
the city.
And I know Miss Jackie, she's heavily involved in real estate, and Mr. Jason here, if you travel outside of anywhere and get you an Airbnb or VRBO, it's going to be a tiny house about the, half the size of this room. That's what they are. They bring in money in.
well, and that, just 100-mile overview, we're certainly not in a shortage of lots and places to do this. And I feel like that kind of sets us in a unique situation that if we get ahead of this and we kind of carve this out and kind of set a precedent and kind of set the standard, even at the state level, not to be overly cheesy,
Yeah.
I think we have an opportunity here
Well, exactly.
and get them to come here
Kind
because
of like we find our niche and go for it. Like I said, Hardy's got Main Street. Highland's got businesses. Ash Flat's got industry, but they all have to live somewhere,
yeah.
and they buy their goods somewhere. So, if we can make it where they can come to Cherokee and live and buy their goods, that helps everything. That helps, that brings more money in, and that's the name,
Hey, Mayor, can I
Yes,
put
ma'am.
one more thing on your
Go for it.
to-do list? I just haven't
Oh,
remembered.
Lordy.
I thought of this last week or whenever the dead tree was coming down at the corner.
Oh,
City
yes,
Hall.
yeah.
Can you
That thing
talk to
was
the people?
surprisingly brittle.
I mean, there is no doubt RDOT/utilities going in, killed the main roots, 3 of them got cut. Is there,
I'm gonna say they cut the taproot as fast as that one died.
well, it got cut on all sides anyway, and there's proof of that, but, can we start a process to see if we can recoup that money since the city paid for it?
I'll ask them. Yeah, I will, because it's,
I mean,
I was actually, Charlie talked me into letting them cut it down this year, because I was wanting to wait until next year with the new budget, and I'm really glad they cut it down this year, because if you'd have seen that thing hit the ground, it was brittle.
well, there's no doubt, but I really feel like it should fall on their responsibility. I mean,
Yeah,
even on last
I'll
year.
visit with him in the morning.
Well, last year's, 2 trees got killed on the creek side, and, you know, I mean, just a little bit of asking. I think they're willing to clean up and do for us, so I just,
They are,
I mean, that was an expense that I don't feel like the city should have had to pay for.
we've been, I told him told him the other day, I feel really blessed that we've had the crew we've had down here, because they've been really, really good to
Super
work
nice.
with and to help out. But yeah,
Thank you.
no problem. Alrighty, that's all I've got for business. Anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
A motion second to adjourn. Thank you all.
Thank y'all.